So, Venus in the ninth house. How do these guys appear from the outside? Venus in the ninth house, it's a fire house. So, Venus here is quite, not missing any opportunity. These are guys, you might see them travel through the jungle with one person, and then a month later, they're suddenly like building a treehouse with the next person, and then a month later, they're doing a meditation course with the next person. And you might ask yourself, how in God's name do they just manage to jump so quickly from relationship to relationship? And the answer is that they don't go very deep in their relationships. People with Venus in the ninth house, they look to connect over experience with their partners or with romantic partners. So they love, to take others on an adventure, to experience something beautiful together, like a journey, or doing something artsy, or building something, going out into the nature. They just love engaging in adventures with their partner. So when they choose a partner, they're kind of more looking for, who is a good partner in crime, who's gonna like do all this fun stuff with me, because Venus in the ninth house is all about expansion and about new experiences. And with Venus in the ninth house, they are all about, new experiences in love. So sometimes they might appear a bit like players from the outside. Um, and it might seem like they always have a lot of admirers around them. This is due to the fact that they have a very attractive energy, right? Because they are very inspiring people. They just love new experiences. Venus in the ninth house. The ninth house is the house of expansion, of Jupiter, of Sagittarius. So they love to travel. They love to gain new experiences and expand their horizons constantly. So they will always have one or the other amazing story to tell you when you meet them. Because they are a fire. It's a fire house. So Venus in the ninth house loves to share their experiences with other people, and they um, so they impress easily. And yeah, they have a very adventurous spirit and are always looking for somebody to join them and share life experiences together. The only thing they're not really willing to share is their freedom, right? They're not gonna um, compromise on this one. They are only committed to growth. That's the only thing a Venus in the ninth house is committed to. And as long as they feel like a partnership is giving them the space to grow, to experience something new, they will stay. But it gets tricky if they feel like they've outgrown you, or you've got nothing to teach them. Then it might have been just that one experience with them. So now let's look at how they actually experience themselves and what is on the inside, because obviously nobody thinks that they are a player or that they are trying, to be hard to get. And it's obviously not what they're trying, but just like I said right now, they are very free-spirited people, and they don't think about commitment so much as they think about their own growth and their expansion and their next adventure. They don't have this innate desire for security. They have innate desire for freedom. So they have this ceaseless thirst for life, which they always follow, no matter who comes or who doesn't come with them. If you want to keep up with Venus in the ninth house, you really gotta have a lot of energy to follow these folks. They might appear a bit selfish because they just do their own thing and they don't really consider making compromises for other people, or sacrificing any of their, adventures or ideas or plans for somebody else. But this is just because they're actually fine on their own. The ninth house is one of the most independent houses. They are very freedom loving and they're very good on their own. Like the ninth house in Sagittarius is the solitary energy, the energy of the hermit. So these guys are super fine on their own and super fine with just connecting with, people they meet on the way without ever going into like some super deep connections. So if you really want to connect with them, you need to be adding some zest to their life. You need to be teaching them something new. You need to be an experience to them. They need to feel like you've got something going on that adds, some inspiration to their life. Because since they won't look for partnership for, the affection or the security like other people do, they are looking for partnership, only for growth and adventure. So this is what you need to give them if you want to stay with them. And by all means, it's not impossible to stay with them forever, but you gotta keep them running. Like, you gotta keep challenging them. You know, they always gotta feel like you're a step ahead of them, because if they feel like they've overtaken you and they are more knowledgeable or, you know, more experienced than you know, you might start losing your spark for them. So yeah, they will tend to choose partners that will constantly make them feel like they are experiencing something new. They will also love usually partners that have a completely different background from them, different culture, you know, different social status, because this is something new. This is something that expands their horizon that they haven't known before. So they will be, you know, very into it. They are also into older partners because obviously there is a kind of imbalance, and they might feel like, you know, this older partner is somebody that has more wisdom than they do, and they want to soak up all that wisdom. Um, yeah, or they might fall in love with some kind of wiser people or mentors of them, or just very adventurous and active people. If you are someone that is looking for commitment and security, then this might be a challenge for you. This might be difficult. You might not get what you want from a Venus in the ninth house, because they live in the moment. Like, they live from moment to moment, and they only commit to the moment. So if they're committed to you now, it doesn't mean for them that this commitment will last forever, right? Um, they just commit to whatever furthers them on their path, and you can't blame them for it. It's a valid choice to take, and maybe it's, you know, how it should be, and maybe a lot of people should learn something from Venus in the ninth house. So yeah, if you want to get a Venus in the ninth house, then make your first date exciting. Don't, you know, invite them to a coffee shop, but, you know, take them bungee jumping, do something exciting, take them into the nature. They love nature. Something else they love is woods, you know, forests, meadows, whatever. Just take them out on a long journey, on a spontaneous journey to the seaside, or on some other adventure. They will be like crazy about you. They will love it. Um, yeah, because these guys are risk takers. And the more challenging the connection seems, the more likely they will be to go for it. Even if you maybe don't speak their language, they will love it. They will just, you know, like, do all they can to learn yours, and they are willing to go a long way to be with their chosen person, as long as, you know, you keep them busy with challenges, because they're not good with stagnation or, yeah, non-growth or monotony. So if you manage to, you know, stay centered in yourself, they don't like to feel that somebody is needed, somebody is depending on them. They like to feel like you're independent, and you're kind of more some steps ahead and more advanced in any area than they are, so they can keep, you know, exploring you. Yeah, I think my last suggestion for, you know, getting a Venus in Sagittarius is just like, be different from them in as many ways as you can, and they will just really love exploring you. Cool. So hope this helped, hope this resonated. Looking forward to your comments, and yeah, let me know what you think.